Two, two, two. Check, check, check. All right, we're getting ready to light this candle, everybody. Coming up for the second half, round number 6. And right here next to me, Carter Hoganess. What's going on, my man?
Nothing much. I'm just bored. Can't find my brother or my friend. So
That's okay.
Just wanted to come up here so I'm not bored.
You know what? I'm glad you did, man, because a good conversation here with the racers out there is always a good time. And I tell all the racers out there, I wish you guys would come up here and interview me more often. Interview with me more often is what I'm saying. So, hey, let me ask you this. You're out there on the dairy farm. If you guys don't know this about the Hoganess brothers, they have a dairy farm. And they said the first day with like 100 cows, but you guys were about 1,400 cows off. Is that right?
There were about 50 to 70 cows in each pen, so we had over like 200, but we sold them all because my dad, he had to wake up at 2 or 4 a.m. just to get milking the cows.
That's crazy. Now, you got to excuse my ignorance on this because I've never been a dairy farmer. Do you have to, the cows, if I remember correctly, they got to be shuttled into a room and then the machine's hooked up, or your dad milking them? What happens over there at the dairy?
So we'd have 2 sides. Each side has about, I think, 10 to 14 to milk cows by machine.
Okay.
And there was a gate that they could come in, and then they could come up and we could start milking them. And when my sister started doing it, me and my brother would go up there, and the cows knew me and Cooper so well that they let us pet them while they were getting milked.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. It's kind of weird how cows. A lot of people don't realize this. Cows, they're actually pretty friendly towards humans if humans approach them. They approach them slowly, approach them easily. Cows actually do like attention. They'll let you pet them. They're not scared of us necessarily, but cows are pretty docile. But is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, and we had this one cow, we called him Chocolate Milk because he was brown. And me and Cooper came up with that name right when we saw him. So
yeah,
we always would go over to his pen and start petting him, so he got really used to us.
Wow. Now, again, excuse my ignorance. I've never owned a dairy farm. How much on average, like every time you milk a cow, how much do they yield? Like, are we talking half a gallon, 2 gallons? How much milk will they usually produce?
That I do not know. You would
No?
have to ask my dad.
Okay.
But I think he said 1.5 pounds. He said, or
Oh,
I
wow.
mean a gallon and a
Oh, wow.
half. So I just don't know. But in one day they can milk a lot of milk. But normally the cows that we milk in that day will give a break, and then for 1 or 2 days
Oh,
for
wow.
a break.
Okay, now, also, a lot of people that live out here in the concrete jungle, they don't really understand what it's like to be raised out in the country on a dairy farm with, dirt bikes, and we don't have the same kind of things here. But what we do have is a lot of pride, a lot of tradition, a lot of family. Now, let me ask you this. Since you grew up on a dairy farm, does it make you want to continue the dairy farm or get your own, or do you have other aspirations? In other words, would you rather do something else?
If I quit racing when I'm old enough to get a farm, I'll probably get a farm, quit racing, because I know you can get a lot of money for just milking, because I know milk's going up and everyone's buying milk, so we just need more dairy farmers.
So you are business oriented. You are thinking about keeping the business.
Yeah, but with no cows, we're growing crops.
Yeah.
And without no cows, me and my brother can start riding our this week or 2 weeks ago, Cooper right when we got our cars back, Cooper started riding his butt because my fuel pump went out. When we got back from the races, he started